Welcome into this edition of NFL Daily, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. We are going to run through 4 different NFL free agents and predict where we think they will end up in 2024. Some big names we will go over coming up in just a matter of moments. Before we do, all week long, we've been covering the NFL Scouting Combine from Indianapolis. Our team of correspondents has done an incredible job bringing you guys some footage and exclusive interviews from the scene at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy. And here's what I want to do. I want to make sure that you lock us in and that you never miss a moment of what's going on from the NFL Draft Combine here this week. So I need you to subscribe to the channel. Can we get 20 subs off today's video? Because if we can get 20 subs off today's show, we'll bring you even more content here on the channel. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. It's YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV, and we'll get started with today's show. Let's begin with Mike Evans. Old, reliable, the most consistent receiver in the National Football League over the last decade plus. And with Mike Evans, he already has his Super Bowl ring. He's looking for that last contract of where he can get paid. And it's no secret that Mike Evans is a competitor. So you'd have to think that he's looking to go somewhere where he can compete at a high level. Well, there's no better place for that than the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Look, you see that Kansas City Chiefs team, and you say to yourselves, okay, they're coming off 2 straight Super Bowls. How can they do it again? Well, the number one thing they need to address is the receiving corps. They won in spite of their receiving corps this year. I mean, hell, they traded for McCole Hardman, for crying out loud, mid-season, and he ended up with the game-winning catch in the Super Bowl. And that's just not going to fly. They need guys better than that bum Kadarius Toney or McCole Hardman, Sky Moore, who sucks. They need better options. Mike Evans is a better option. The Seahawks have, or the Chiefs have money to spend, okay? And you better believe they will invest at the receiver position. Mike Evans, look, you want to go get paid, you want to go compete, go play with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. I think that's what's going to happen here. And you look at what Mike Evans has done. This is a guy that is a future first-ballot Hall of Famer, folks. He is still playing at an incredibly high level as he was tied for the league lead in touchdowns this past season, even in year 10. 5-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion. And this year, with a new quarterback, Baker Mayfield throwing him the football and everything, what did he do? Still had 79 catches, over 1,200 yards, nearly 16 yards a reception, which was the best he's had in the last 4 years, and 13 touchdowns. Mike Evans still has something left to offer. He and Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, oh my gosh, that would just almost be unfair for the rest of the National Football League if Mike Evans goes to Kansas City, but that's where I think he'll go. Where will Mike Evans sign in free agency? Does he go to a place like Kansas City? Is he back in Tampa or somewhere else? Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think of where he will go. Let's talk to Daneille Hunter now, the star pass rusher from the Minnesota Vikings, who had a fantastic 2023 season, and his services are going to be wanted by a lot of teams across the NFL. And the Vikings don't have a ton of money to spend. They still have to figure out Justin Jefferson's situation. Also, you have Kirk Cousins in free agency as well. So Hunter might be the odd man out here. There is a team not too far from him that's a contending team that's looking to spend some money at his position. I think he stays within the division and goes to the Detroit Lions. Yes, folks, you heard that right. Daneille Hunter, a Detroit Lion in 2024. It's been quite the story for Daneille Hunter. This is a guy that had 16 and a half sacks this season, a career high, had a sack for almost every game he played this year. A 4-time Pro Bowler, including this season, coming off back-to-back Pro Bowls. And you talk about resilience, okay? Daneille Hunter, all the way back in 2020, had a season-ending neck injury that cost him a lot, right? And yet, he still bounced back to play in 7 games in 2021 and had 6 sacks. And then he followed that up with a 10.5 sack season in 2022 and a 16.5 sack season this past year. Danielle Hunter, I mean, it's just a story of resilience and effort, what this guy's done. I mean, just remarkable. I mean, we need more Danielle Hunters in this world, if I'd say so myself. I mean, I love exactly what he's done, what he's brought to the table. It's been great to see. And if you put him on this Detroit defense, that might be the difference for Detroit to get to the Super Bowl this upcoming season. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. Choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points, maybe it's rebounds in basketball, hits in baseball, whatever it may be. Prize Picks makes it easy. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS for a $100 deposit match on your first entry. This week on Prize Picks, got the Rodriguez special. Grayson and Julio. Grayson with more than 180.5 strikeouts for Baltimore. Julio Rodriguez with more than 168.5 hits for the Seattle Mariners. If you put $20 down, it'll turn into $60 on Prize Picks. Play along with me. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS for a $100 deposit match on your first entry. Check out Prize Picks today. You'll be glad you did. Next on the list, we find Leonard Williams of the Seattle Seahawks. He was just traded to Seattle around the trade deadline for the New York Giants, and he was great for the Seattle Seahawks this past season. Williams was a Pro Bowler back in 2016, and you talk about an impact. He was the best player on this Seahawks defense when he joined them in the second half of the year. 6 career seasons with at least 3 sacks, and the consistency this year. This is somebody, folks, that became the first player since 1930 to play 18 games in a regular season. I think he stays in Seattle personally. I don't think he's going anywhere. It would be a damn shame if the Seahawks can't get a deal done to keep Leonard Williams when they gave up a 2nd and a 5th round pick to get that trade done. The stats last year: 5.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. The year prior had 2.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. In the year prior to that, 6.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. 2020, 11.5 sacks. He was really good then. Will Leonard Williams return to the Seattle Seahawks? Let us know what you think. Y for yes, N for no. Chime in the comment section. Answer that question for us. Last player on the list, Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown of the Arizona Cardinals. Been there 2 seasons after being traded from the Arizona Cardinals. Where will he go? I'm looking at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans need to make a splash at the receiver position. I don't know if any contending team wants to pay a lot of money for Hollywood Brown with how inconsistent he's been. Excuse me. I could see Tennessee taking the gamble to try to spend the money to have a guy like Marquise Brown potentially. Former first-round pick out of Oklahoma. He's had 3 career seasons with at least 700-plus receiving yards. Quarterback play, he's played with the likes of Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. I'm sure he would like the chance to play in a more pass-heavy offense with a more pocket-style quarterback. Will Levis could be just that for Marquise Brown. Last year, a down year for him. 574 yards, 4 touchdowns, 11 yards of reception. He's looking to get back on track and be the receiver that he was in 2021. Thanks for joining us here on the channel today. Subscribe now, and we will see you next time here on NFL Daily.